You've booked that dream cruise at an incredible price, thinking you've scored the vacation deal of a lifetime. But what the cruise lines don't tell you is that your $899 all-inclusive package is just the beginning. By the time you disembark, that price could easily double or even triple without you realizing it until the final bill arrives. Cruise lines have become masters of the hidden fee game. They advertise rock-bottom prices to get you on board, then nickel and dime you at every turn once you're trapped at sea. And these aren't small charges. We're talking hundreds, sometimes thousands, in unexpected costs that aren't mentioned until it's too late to back out. Today, I'm exposing the 10 most shocking fees cruise lines don't want you to know about until you're already on board. These aren't just the obvious charges everyone knows about. These are the sneaky, unexpected fees that even experienced cruisers get caught by. Fees that have gotten worse and more expensive for 2025. Whether you're a first-timer or a cruise veteran, knowing these hidden costs could save you from a vacation budget nightmare. Let's dive into what the cruise brochures conveniently leave out. Let's start with the fees you absolutely can't escape, no matter how careful you are. The mandatory charges that cruise lines have perfected to extract more money while keeping advertised fares artificially low. Fee number 1, the automatic gratuity increase. Remember when cruise gratuities were optional and reasonable? Those days are long gone. For 2025, every major cruise line has quietly bumped their automatic daily gratuities to between $16 and $20 per person per day. That doesn't sound like much until you do the math. For a family of 4 on a 7-day cruise, you're looking at an extra $448 to $560 that never appeared in the advertised price. And here's the kicker. This charge is automatically added to your onboard account. Many first-time cruisers don't even realize they're paying it until they get their final bill. Now, can you remove these gratuities? Technically, yes. But cruise lines don't make it easy. You'll need to visit guest services in person, often wait in a long line, and specifically request to modify or remove them. And let me tell you from experience, the staff's attitude toward you can change dramatically once you do. Here's the smart approach. Instead of removing gratuities entirely, which can result in worse service since word gets around to the crew, consider giving cash directly to the staff who actually serve you well. Your room steward, favorite waiters, and bartenders will appreciate receiving tips directly, and you'll still save money compared to the automatic system. Pro tip, bring a stack of $5 and $10 bills specifically for tipping. Hand your room steward $20 on day 1, and you'll notice extra special service all week. For about half the cost of automatic gratuities, you can actually get better service this way. Fee number 2, the port day convenience charges. This is a relatively new money grab that most cruise lines have rolled out in the last year. Whenever your ship visits a port that requires tender boats to get ashore, you'll now find a port day convenience fee or priority access charge of $12 to $15 per person. What are you paying for? The same tendering service that used to be included in your fare. Now, if you don't pay this fee, you'll be placed in the last groups to leave the ship, sometimes waiting hours while the paying passengers get priority access. With limited time in port, this effectively forces you to pay or lose valuable exploration time. The worst part is that these charges are often automatically added to your account unless you specifically opt out. And opting out isn't as simple as checking a box online. You'll need to visit guest services within the first 24 hours of your cruise to remove these charges. Pro tip, if you've booked a shore excursion through the cruise line, you can typically avoid these fees since excursion groups get priority tendering anyway. If you're exploring on your own, head to guest services immediately after boarding to opt out of these charges, then go to the tender ticket station early on port days. Being among the first in line for your non-priority group can still get you ashore with minimal waiting. Fee number 3, the Wi-Fi package deception. Cruise lines know we can't disconnect entirely, especially those who need to check in with work or family. That's why they advertise lightning-fast internet packages ranging from $20 to $35 per day. What they don't tell you is that even their premium packages offer speeds slower than what you get at a budget motel on land. Here's the real scam. They severely throttle the basic packages to push you into upgrading. Many cruisers report that the basic package is essentially unusable. making those premium packages your only viable option. And don't forget that most packages only allow one device to connect at a time. For a family of four, each wanting to post vacation photos or stream content, you could be looking at $560 for a 7-day cruise just to stay connected. The advertised speeds of up to 12 Mbps are technically true, but that's under perfect conditions at 3 a.m. when everyone else is asleep. During peak usage times, expect significantly slower speeds regardless of which package you purchase. Pro tip: if you truly need to stay connected, purchase a Wi-Fi package before boarding, as they're often discounted 10 to 15% when bought in advance. Otherwise, download entertainment content before your cruise and use free Wi-Fi in ports when available. Most cruise ports now have cafes or restaurants offering free Wi-Fi within walking distance of the ship. These first three fees alone can add over $1,000 to your cruise costs for a family of four. And we're just getting started with the hidden charges that await you on board. Coming up next, I'll reveal the sneaky fees that catch even seasoned cruisers by surprise once they're sailing. Now let's talk about the fees that catch you by surprise once you're on board. These are the charges that aren't mentioned during booking and suddenly appear when you least expect them. Fee number 4, the room service revolution. Remember when room service was a free perk included with your cruise? Those days are gone. In 2025, every major cruise line has not only implemented room service fees, they've gotten creative with how they charge you. It starts with the basic convenience charge of $8 to $10 per order. Sounds reasonable, right? But then they add an 18% automatic gratuity on top of that fee. That's right, a tip on top of a service charge for the same service. Your simple breakfast order now costs nearly $12 before you've even added food. Royal Caribbean has taken this to another level by adding both a delivery fee and a service charge. You'll pay $7.95 for delivery, plus an additional 18% gratuity on that delivery fee, for a continental breakfast that used to be free. And don't assume late-night munchies will be covered either. Most cruise lines now add yet another surcharge for room service between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., typically an extra $3 to $5. That midnight snack could end up costing over $20 with all the fees combined. What they don't tell you is that even the complimentary continental breakfast has limits. Order more than the basic items, and surprise, there's an upcharge for each additional item. Pro tip: if you want privacy but don't want to pay these fees, grab food from the buffet during operating hours and bring it back to your cabin. Most ships also have 24-hour pizza or casual dining venues where you can pick up food for free and enjoy it wherever you want. Fee number 5, the reservation fee phenomenon. This is perhaps the most frustrating new trend in cruising: paying for access to what's supposedly included in your fare. Major cruise lines have begun charging reservation fees for their main theater shows, comedy clubs, and other entertainment that's advertised as complimentary. Norwegian now charges $15 per person to guarantee seats at their most popular shows, while Royal Caribbean has introduced premium seating at $20 or $25 per person in venues that used to be first come, first served. The psychology is clever. They don't say the entertainment costs extra, they just say guaranteed seating costs extra. But when shows fill up quickly and the only way to ensure you can attend is by paying, it's effectively a charge for the entertainment itself. These fees are often disguised with names like entertainment package or priority access pass. They make it sound like a luxury upgrade rather than paying for something that should be included. Pro tip: if you don't want to pay these fees, go to shows on the first night of the cruise when most passengers are still getting oriented, or attend less popular show times like early evening performances on port days. Getting to venues 30 minutes before showtime can often get you decent seats without paying the reservation fee. Fee number 6, the spa service surcharge. Cruise spas have always been expensive, but the real shock comes when you see the final bill. Let's say you book a massage advertised at $159. When you get the bill, you'll find it's actually $190 or more. Why? Because cruise lines automatically add a 20% gratuity to spa services. This isn't a suggested tip. It's automatically charged whether the service was good or not. And that 50-minute massage you booked? In reality, it's about 35 minutes of actual massage time after you account for changing, consultation, and the inevitable product sales pitch at the end. That means you're paying over $5 per minute of actual massage time. The Port Day Special is another misleading offer. Cruise lines advertise discounted spa services while the ship is in port, sometimes up to 20% off. What they don't tell you is that these discounted rates are often still higher than what you'd pay for similar services on land, especially in Caribbean and Mediterranean ports. Pro tip: if you want spa services, book them for port days when you don't plan to go ashore, as these truly are discounted compared to sea day prices. Also, check your cruise line's app for flash sales, which often happen when the spa has openings to fill. Or better yet, treat yourself to a massage in port where prices can be 50–70% lower than on board. The fees I've covered so far can easily add hundreds to your cruise bill. And we haven't even gotten to the most expensive categories yet. Up next, I'll reveal how cruise lines use dining and beverage packages to extract even more money from passengers through misleading pricing and hidden restrictions. Now let's dive into what might be the most expensive category of hidden fees on any cruise: food and drink charges that cruise lines don't mention until you're on board and hungry. Fee number 7, the main dining room upcharges. One of the biggest selling points of cruising has always been the included food. Cruise commercials show lavish dining rooms with elegant meals, all supposedly covered by your fare. But in 2025, that's only partly true. Major cruise lines have quietly introduced premium item surcharges in their main dining rooms. Want lobster? That's an extra $20. A better cut of steak? Add $15 to $25 to your free dinner. These premium items aren't clearly marked on the physical menus. Instead, your waiter will casually mention the upcharge only after you've expressed interest in the item. Carnival recently implemented a new policy limiting guests to 3 entrees per meal before incurring an extra $10 charge for each additional item. While most people don't order that much food, it's a significant departure from the traditional order as much as you want approach that cruises have long advertised. The most disturbing part? These charges aren't listed anywhere during the booking process. The cruise lines maintain that meals are included because technically some options still are. But the best items now come with a price tag. Pro tip: if you want premium items without the upcharge, check the daily menus for formal nights, when better options are typically included without extra fees. Another hack: specialty items that cost extra in the main dining room are often available at the buffet on certain nights at no additional charge. Check the buffet first before splurging in the main dining room. Fee number 8, the drink package fine print. Perhaps no cruise fee is more misunderstood than the beverage package. Cruise lines advertise these as a great value. Unlimited drinks for just $99 per day. But the reality is far less appealing when you read the fine print. First, that $99 price doesn't include the mandatory 18% service charge that's automatically added. Your $99 package actually costs $117 per day. For a 7-day cruise, that's $819 per person, not the $693 you were expecting. But here's the real shocker that most first-time cruisers don't discover until on board. If one adult in a cabin purchases a drink package, most cruise lines require all adults in that cabin to purchase it too. Traveling with a spouse who barely drinks? Too bad. They're paying for a premium package too. Let's do the math. For a couple on a 7-day cruise, drink packages will cost $1,738 after service charges. To break even, each person would need to drink about 8 to 9 alcoholic beverages every day of the cruise. And not just any drinks. Premium drinks that cost $13, $15 each. What cruise lines also don't tell you is that many packages have daily limits. Royal Caribbean, for example, caps guests at 15 alcoholic beverages in a 24-hour period. If you're sharing your package with someone, which is against the rules but commonly done, you might hit this limit faster than expected. Pro tip: before purchasing a drink package, honestly calculate your typical consumption. For most moderate drinkers, paying as you go is more economical. Another strategy: check for drink package sales before your cruise. as they're often discounted by 20–30% during promotional periods. If you're not a heavy drinker but still want some included beverages, consider a non-alcoholic package, which is much more affordable. Fee number 9, the specialty coffee upcharge. This one catches many cruisers by surprise. Regular coffee and basic tea are included on your cruise, but anything from a specialty coffee bar comes with a hefty price tag. Want a latte or cappuccino? That'll be $5.95 plus an 18% gratuity. An espresso shot costs $3.50. Even simple flavored coffees come with a 4 to 6 charge. By the end of a week-long cruise, your morning coffee ritual could easily add $50 or more to your bill. The pricing is particularly shocking when you realize these same drinks would cost $3–4 at your local coffee shop on land. Cruise lines know you're captive and can't go elsewhere, so they mark up these beverages significantly. Many first-time cruisers assume that a beverage package would cover all drinks, but specialty coffees are often excluded from the basic packages. You'll need to upgrade to a premium package or pay for coffee separately. Pro tip: if you're a coffee enthusiast, bring your own travel French press or pour-over setup. The regular coffee provided is decent, and you can add your own flavorings or create your own specialty drinks for free. Some ships also offer specialty coffee included with certain premium cabin categories, so check if your room might already give you access to better coffee. We've covered a lot of hidden fees so far, but the cruise lines save some of their most shocking charges for the end of your trip, when it's too late to do anything about them. Let's wrap up with the final fees you need to watch out for. Fee number 10, the priority disembarkation privilege. Getting off the ship used to be a simple process based on your departure needs. If you had an early flight, you got priority. But cruise lines have discovered a new revenue stream by charging for timely disembarkation. In 2025, all major cruise lines have introduced priority departure fees ranging from $25 to $40 per person. Pay this fee, and you can leave the ship in the first groups. Don't pay, and you might be waiting hours before your group is called, potentially missing flight connections or other transportation. What's particularly frustrating is that cruise lines have artificially slowed down the disembarkation process for non-paying guests. They'll hold back groups even when customs is ready for more passengers, creating unnecessary delays that make the priority fee seem more necessary. This fee hits hardest for passengers with tight travel connections. If your flight leaves before noon on disembarkation day, you're essentially forced to pay this fee or risk missing your plane. The cruise lines know this and capitalize on your travel anxiety. Pro tip: if you don't want to pay for priority disembarkation but need to get off the ship reasonably early, choose self-assist departure where you carry all your own luggage. These groups typically leave right after the paid priority groups. Just be prepared to handle all your bags yourself through the terminal. Fee number 11, the post-cruise billing surprise. You've disembarked the ship, returned home, and think your cruise expenses are finished. Then you check your credit card statement. Surprise, there are charges you never approved. Many cruisers report mysterious post-cruise charges appearing on their credit cards days or even weeks after disembarkation. These charges often come with vague descriptions like onboard services or cruise purchases that make them difficult to verify or dispute. The problem is compounded by how cruise lines handle credit card authorizations. They typically place a hold on your card for estimated expenses, but these holds can remain for up to 30 days after your cruise ends. During this time, additional charges can be processed without requiring new authorization. If you sailed internationally, you might also discover hidden currency conversion fees. Even though you were quoted prices in US dollars on board, some cruise lines process payments through international banks, triggering foreign transaction fees of 2–3% on your entire bill. The most frustrating part is trying to dispute these charges. Without detailed onboard receipts, it's your word against theirs. And once you're off the ship, customer service becomes much harder to reach. Pro tip: before disembarking, visit guest services and request a printed final statement of all charges. Review it carefully and keep this document as evidence in case of post-cruise billing surprises. Take photos of any disputed charges and get written confirmation of resolutions. These simple steps could save you hundreds in fraudulent post-cruise charges. Now let's put all of this in perspective. For a typical family of 4 on a 7-day cruise, These hidden fees can add up to a staggering amount. Let's do the math. Automatic gratuities, $560 port convenience charges, $240 Wi-Fi package, family, 560 room service, year 3 orders, $36 entertainment reservation fees, $240 main dining up charges, $100 drink packages, 2 adults, 1,638 specialty coffees, $100 priority disembarkation, $160, that's over $3,600 in extra fees that weren't included in your original all-inclusive cruise fare. And remember, this doesn't even include shore excursions, spa treatments, or shopping. The cruise industry has mastered the art of the upsell, banking on the fact that once you're on board, you're a captive customer with limited options. Your $899 per person cruise can easily become a $1,800 per person vacation once all these hidden fees are tallied up. So how can you protect yourself? First, budget realistically. Take the advertised cruise fare and assume you'll spend at least that much again on onboard charges. Second, read all the fine print before booking, especially regarding cancellation policies, required purchases, and automatic charges. Third, consider booking with a travel agent who specializes in cruises. They can warn you about hidden fees specific to your chosen cruise line and sometimes negotiate better packages that include some of these extras. Most importantly, go into your cruise with eyes wide open. Knowing about these fees doesn't mean you can't enjoy your vacation. It just means you won't be shocked when the final bill arrives. Choose which extras matter most to you, budget for those, and skip the rest. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more insider cruise tips. Comment Fee Fighter below so I can thank you personally for watching. And stay tuned for my next video, the 7 cruise line upsells that are actually worth the money. Because believe it or not, some of those extra charges really do enhance your vacation experience. Until next time, happy cruising and watch those hidden fees.